President-elect.
Go ahead.
Mr. President-elect,
Go ahead.
since you are attacking our news organization,
not you.
can you give us a chance?
Your organization
You are
is
attacking
terrible.
our news organization.
Your organization
Can you give us a
is
chance
terrible.
to ask a question, sir?
Go ahead.
Sir,
Quiet.
can you state,
Quiet.
Mr. President-elect,
Go ahead.
can you state
she's asking a question. Don't
Mr.
be rude.
President-elect, can you give us a
Don't
question?
be
You're
rude.
attacking us. Can you give us a question?
Don't be rude.
Can
No,
you
I'm
give
not
us
going to
a
give you a
question?
question. I'm not going to give you a question.
Can you state categorically?
You are fake news.
Well, the war between Donald Trump and CNN is escalating after the fake news fallout from yesterday's press conference. The president-elect tweeting today, CNN is in total meltdown with their fake news because their ratings are tanking since election and their credibility will soon be gone. Joining me now to discuss, Adriana Cohen, Betsy Woodruff, and Kelly Riddell. Betsy, let me start with you. That was one hell of a press conference yesterday, and I was somewhat taken aback at the treatment of President-elect Donald Trump. I never, to be quite honest with you, ever saw the press treat Barack Obama like that.
I mean, to be fair, one Daily Caller reporter did heckle President Obama at one point during his presidency, so it's not entirely unprecedented. That said, though, yes, the relationship between the president and the White House press corps is going to be different this time around than it was during Obama's presidency. A big part of that is because the way Trump singles out media organizations, the way he's very bare-knuckled, and his approach to reporters is itself new. So we can expect reporters to respond in ways that are surprising and unusual. The reality is that the relationship between the president, the White House, and the media is going through a massive overhaul, and this is probably just a prelude to more conflict and more very exciting, dramatic press conferences.
Yeah, but Adriana, some people are saying maybe news itself should go through a dramatic overhaul because when news organizations go out of their way to legitimize what is obviously very suspicious news, then it shows that not only do they have an ideology, but they have an intent. In this particular case, the intent to harm the president, the image of or delegitimize President-elect Trump.
You're absolutely right. I mean, media bias is alive and well, and it actually hurts our democracy because these news agencies or blogs, they're not covering candidates fairly and neutrally. They're clearly in the tank for Democrats, and there's no doubt about it that we're seeing a resurgence of yellow journalism. I mean, this Buzzfeed organization publicized this dossier which had unverified allegations, and I think that's totally irresponsible, especially given the fact that look at the Rolling Stone rape story. I mean, they're getting sued now.
Right.
So Americans need to be really careful. We need to be savvy consumers of media to make sure that what we're reading is true. But more importantly, if you're part of a news organization, you need to verify your information before you go on a smear campaign.
Right. And you're involved deeply with several news outlets. I've got some breaking news, and it's another huge story this week. A Blue Lives Matter flag has now been taped above that pigs as police painting on Capitol Hill. Kelly, I love this idea. It's a tit for tat, take it down, put it up. A reminder that police keep us protected and that they're not pigs.
Well, I mean, the picture is absolutely despicable, and it should never have been hung in the nation's capital. That is just the bottom line. And all lives matter, blue lives matter. It should just be taken down permanently, and there should be absolutely no argument about that. But the way the press has been covering this story, Fox News is exempted from this. The way that they're describing this picture, they say, policemen are depicted as pigs. If you think so, it's very clear what this picture shows, and it is a total misrepresentation of what happened in Ferguson, and it is quite offensive to anyone. I think everybody.
Adriana, I think what's also bothersome is that Representative Clay, who keeps putting it back up, says that the picture is sort of reflects the kids in Ferguson and their anger. But it's these kind of paintings and promoting these kind of paintings that, in my mind, fan those flames of anger.
They do. It just creates more divisiveness, and we need to unify as a country. And I think Kelly's absolutely right. It's despicable to portray our heroes, our men and women in blue who risk their lives every day in a terrible, comparing them to pigs. It's just horrendous. No American, I don't care who you are, should be treated or depicted like that.
Real quick, Betsy, your thoughts on this?
It's certainly the latest chapter in one of the most dramatic episodes to happen in the basement of the Capitol. I mean, remember, these paintings are in one of the tunnels that are underground in the Capitol building. They're not near where votes happen. Usually this is a pretty boring part of the building. It's not the most exciting section. So it's really fascinating, just as a reporter who spends a decent amount of time on Capitol Hill, seeing the shift from where the news happens move from the House chamber and the Speaker's gallery to the basement.